Coming up on Bear News, see how UNC raises money for the new Veterans Scholarship. It takes a lot more effort than you might think.
We'll give you an inside look at the National Weather Service with one of our very own UNC meteorologists.
Coming up in sports, UNC's wild winning weekend with championship victories and big upsets.
UNC just received its first snow. I'll let you know when we'll have some more chances later, and we'll let you know when we might see some more flakes as well.
We've got all that and more on this episode of Bear News.
Students woke up to a winter wonderland. It's pretty, but people have mixed feelings about the first snow. Bear News reporter Efrain Madera tells us more about the Bears' reactions.
The first snowfall of the season brought Greeley up to 6 inches of snow, but it didn't come as a surprise for some students.
We tend to check the weather because we hate being unprepared because it's cold walking, a 5-minute walk from your dorm. So we checked.
I heard one of my friends talking about the weather report that it was supposed to snow on Wednesday, and I was really happy. I went to sleep last night with my fingers crossed because I'm from Alaska and I actually love the snow.
Although students were aware of the snow, some were not fully prepared for the rest of the day.
I feel like in the morning I was prepared, and then now it's Classic and it's really hot. It's messing me up.
Although it's not as chilly as it was this morning, temperatures were not the only thing that affected students here at UNC. In the early morning, parking lots were covered in snow, making it difficult for students to park in the designated areas. Due to the snow on the ground, UNC didn't run on its normal schedule. The 1-hour delay this morning allowed for parking lots and sidewalks to be cleaned. Students say that the university did a good job on cleaning, but suggested more precautions.
They might try putting salt on the sidewalk, as an extra precaution, but they did a pretty good job clearing it by the time I was out.
Reporting from the University of Northern Colorado, I'm Efrain Madera, Bear News.
Heavy snow in the morning, and now it seems like it was only a few flakes. But that's not a surprise living in Colorado.
UNC's Veteran Services works to pull together funds for the newly established Veterans Scholarship. Saturday's UNC Military Challenge helped raise funds for the scholarship. Only about 65% of military students receive a standard GI Bill. This scholarship aims to help those who don't receive enough aid from already existing scholarships. About 25 teams of 4 met 16 different obstacles around campus in a race to the Military Appreciation Day tailgate. Obstacles included wall climbs, weighted sleds, and net crawls. After completing the obstacles, teams assembled letters received after each obstacle to spell out Rudabush Cottage, the headquarters of Veteran Services. Team POWMIA won the challenge in 1 hour and 28 minutes.
Getting the first snow means the winter season is here, so it might be a good idea to see if your car is ready. Adjusting tire pressure, topping off the windshield wiper fluid, and adding a blanket to the trunk are all important for the winter commute. Let's find out if our Bear News meteorologist, Rebecca Heiken, is ready for the winter season. Rebecca?
I actually am ready, and I have all those things in my car, as well as a windshield scraper. Do not forget that. But outside right now, we do have it melting, all that snow that we did receive. So we may want to be a little bit careful with our current conditions, as well as what we have for later. For later, like I was saying, we may want to be careful. All that snow is melting, so there will be the chance of ice. It's being a low of 17 degrees tonight. Be very careful out there. It will be pretty crazy. As for right now, it is still pretty chilly, 35 degrees, and we do have the sun outside, so it is still melting. But I'll be back for later with more of your forecast.
Here at Bear News, we know just how important good weather forecasts are for helping protect life and property. Bear News meteorologist Rebecca Heiken and Colton Grasmick got an exclusive with one of UNC's meteorology students who already works for the National Weather Service.
A new internship program through the National Weather Service called Pathways allows excelling meteorology students to move directly into the dynamic life of a weather forecaster. Out of over 150 applicants, senior Kate Katsagas was given this opportunity to work alongside seasoned forecasters at the Cheyenne office as she finishes her bachelor's degree this semester at UNC.
I started working back after school ended in May, in the middle of May. So I heard about it through our professors at UNC. They like to send out emails about different internships and job opportunities that are going around the area.
Today's meteorologists can be employed in a variety of fields such as in broadcast, research, aviation, private businesses, or even as a forecaster at a weather forecast office.
So over the summer I worked with data acquisition, so basically compiling data, making sure everything was correct, coming from either climate data, meteor reports, and our co-op sites. But recently over the school year, since I can't work as much, I've been doing mostly shadowing with the forecasters and actually putting out all the products and putting out the forecasts for long-term and short-term. I have to say my favorite part is the opportunity to get to work with these people, especially. It's a good connection. It's a really rewarding process getting to work closely with the public and seeing that, our warnings and watches are really affecting people and making a difference in their lives.
I'm Rebecca Heiken, reporting from the National Weather Service in Cheyenne for Bear News.
Although Kate applied for the weather forecasting office closest to UNC, the Pathway program exists in most of the 50 states, including Alaska.
A Washington-based nonprofit gets more than $500 from the UNC student organization Illuminerdi. The nonprofit Child's Play gives toys and games to hospitalized children around the world. Illuminerdi can make the contribution thanks to a 24-hour game-a-thon this past weekend. Starting Friday at 5 p.m., the organization set up games in Harrison Den. A silent auction helped gather some funds, but Illuminerdi raised most of the money online. The game-a-thon ended Saturday with the Halo tournament. Illuminerdi plans to continue their game-a-thon fundraiser every semester.
Rebecca has your full forecast coming up after this short break.
Stay tuned.
Hey, I'm Anderson Cooper. As a parent, you want to make sure that your child knows how to deal with bullying when they see it happening. And chances are they want to help, but they don't really know how. Well, teach them that the best thing to do is calmly walk away, find a teacher or other adult, and speak up. And do your part. Be that adult they can talk to and trust will listen. Join me to help stop bullying. Go to stopbullying.gov to find out more.
You sure you don't want some? It's chamomile. Listen, you are extremely terrifying. Just the scariest undead subhuman thing on TV, and I really mean that. But I am worried that you could give my kids nightmares if they see you, so I'm gonna have to block you. So that's it. Oh, and tell the zombies they're blocked too.
Welcome back to Bear News. I'm your meteorologist, Rebecca Heiken. Now, recently, you've been hearing probably something called El Nino in the news. I'm here to explain what it really is. Now, in El Nino, when it occurs, you have warmer temperatures along the equator in the Pacific Ocean, right on the western side of South America, which also causes your winds to change as well, going from east to west, now going from west to east, which does change things a bit here in the United States. We do have a subtropical jet that tends to intensify even more, causing more wet precipitation to occur along the southern United States, and it's going to be a little bit cooler as well. Now in the north, we will have it being a little bit warmer and a little bit drier in the Midwest as well. But outlooks, what the National Weather Service says so far, we will have temperatures a little bit cooler than normal in the southern United States, which is what I had showed before, in the northern United States and even in Alaska. With the precip, it will be a little bit wetter than normal as well in the southern United States and a little bit drier even in the northwestern part of the United States along with the Midwest. looking at the satellite image, pretty clear for the whole day. We do have some clouds coming in from the Pacific Ocean, which is influencing Washington State a little bit. But with our fronts, we have it being a little bit with a new system coming in, and there will be some more snow and rain up in Washington State. As for here, it's pretty clear, high pressure system that's just moving across the United States. However, with that low pressure system that we had that produced all that snow, a bunch of severe weather as well throughout the Midwest, causing tornadoes to even occur in Iowa, as well as it now moving up into the north, into Canada, but we'll see how it moves away. With our temperatures outside, it is a bit cooler since that cold front did come through, like I said, with it being a low of 17 degrees. But for right now, it's pretty relatively in the mid-30s here in Colorado, with it being in the 40s along in the Midwest. As I was saying, we have our high of today being 49 degrees, which is actually right along with our average. We still have that low temperature being around 17 degrees, so it's still going to be really cold. And we still do have going to be occurring a bit earlier than normal, so be sure to make sure you have everything all together and watch out for those cooler conditions that will form ice on the roads. For our 5-day, it is going to be warming up a bit. We will not have low temperatures in the teens, as we will be increasing our temperatures, and it will be pretty sunny, although we do still have a chance of some snow on Monday and possibly on Tuesday, but we'll see how that persists throughout the week.
Kids will spend 8 minutes decorating their little brother.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
It's a wild ride for college football this season with upset after upset. One of those upsets came from UNC with Saturday's win over the 9th-ranked Portland State Vikings. The game started out the usual way for UNC with a touchdown just 2 minutes into the game, after defense came up with another stop, and UNC scored again on a 16-yard run by running back Brandon Cartagena. The Bears kept the momentum up throughout the first half, going into halftime up 21-17. The only score of the third quarter came from UNC's defensive end, Mikhail Dubois, who scooped up a fumble and took it 24 yards for a defensive touchdown. Fourth quarter now, the Vikings came back hungry as they put up 15 points on the board to take the lead 32-28. But the Bears did not stop. With 57 seconds left on the clock, UNC drove 88 yards to score the game-winning touchdown to take the game 35-32. On paper, the Vikings looked like the winners with 500 total offensive yards to UNC's 483. But what the Vikings lacked was the heart and determination that led the Bears to defeat the 9th-ranked team, and the biggest win for the UNC's D1 program history. Next up for the Bears, a road trip to Grand Forks, North Dakota to face the University of North Dakota. Game Saturday with a kickoff at 12 noon. A November trip to Montana? Brr! But for the chance at a season sweep, the UNC women's volleyball team headed to the Big Sky Country. The Bears took on Montana and Missoula, looking to sweep the Grizz. For the Bears, mission accomplished in 5 sets. Kendra Cunningham led the Bears with 18 kills offensively and 7 blocks defensively. With momentum on their side, the Bears continued down the road to Bozeman. And that road to Bozeman led straight to victory. The Bears swept the season series over Montana State in 5 sets. The Bears' balanced offensive attack and strong 5th set defense silenced the Bobcats. Timrine Niemeyer and Courtney Lockie each put up 14 kills and outstanding 62 assists to lead the Bears. After a 4-0 record versus Montana schools this season, the Bears continue their drive to the tournament with 2 games this week. They start with Eastern Washington at Bank of Colorado Arena tonight at 7 p.m. Laramie, Wyoming isn't as far as Montana, but a road trip is still a road trip. The The UNC wrestling team hit the road Saturday for the Cowboy Open, and 4 wrestlers found success. Junior Elazar De Luca didn't waste any time on the mat. He won all 4 of his matches, making him the 157-pound champion. Redshirt sophomore Keelan Torres also won all 4 of his matches to take the 165-pound championship. Nico Reyes and Trent Noon also won their respective weight classes to round out the Open. The Bears keep clawing away at the early stages of the season as they travel to Arizona for a pair of duels in Arizona State and Grand Canyon tonight. The UNC men's hockey team stays undefeated against Division II opponents following a victory over DU Friday night. In a game that featured several scuffles and plenty of penalties, the Bears did not have a problem maintaining the intensity and lead through all 3 periods. Even though the Bears stayed on offensive attack for most of the first period, the 2 teams left the ice for intermission with 0 points on the scoreboard. It didn't take long for UNC to score in the second period, with Truman Gonzalez scoring just a minute and a half into the period. Cameron Taggart scored with 13 seconds left in the second period, assisted by Mike Tabram and Colin Schmelka, making it his 6th of the season. The Pioneers managed to score with just less than 17 minutes left in the third, but the Bears wouldn't give up another goal for the rest of the game. In fact, Gonzalez scored his 2nd of the night just for good measures with 3 minutes remaining in the game. The Bears sent the Pioneers back to Denver with a 3-1 loss. UNC faces off against BYU tonight in its first of 4 road games against Utah teams. UNC women's soccer just keeps adding chapters to their book. This chapter starts with a win against Sacramento State in the Big Sky Tournament semifinals. The game started with a quick lead by the Bears as junior Cassie Castillo knocked in a goal off of Rebecca Lancia's corner kick. But the Hornets tied the game with a free kick in the 12th minute of play. Goals 2 and 3 both came in the first half from Mario Gutierrez and Lancia. These were the last goals of the game, as neither team could nail a goal in the second half. The Hornets outshot the Bears 15-14, but the Bears had better targets with 9 shots on goal compared to the Hornets' 6. The 3-1 win landed the Bears in the finals against the Idaho Vandals. The Vandals got ahead early as they scored as a first half goal in the 11th minute. The score stayed at 1-0 until the second half when Gutierrez came in strong again to take the game 1-1 in the 56th minute. The game then went to shootouts, and this chapter ended with the Bears getting the win with 3 PKs to the Vandals 1. With the win, the Bears won the Big Sky Tournament and an NCAA tournament bid. And that's the first trip for the dance for the D1 program. Up next for the Bears is the University of Arizona Wildcats tomorrow. Game time is 6 p.m. in Tucson, Arizona. You can find live stats under the UNC versus Arizona Game Center on NCAA.com. Sneakers squeaking, buzzards buzzing, whistles blowing. The women's basketball team broke in the new floor at the Bank of Colorado Arena. The Bears took on the Colorado Christian Cougars Sunday in their exhibition game. UNC led the Cougars 16-2 well into the first quarter, but couldn't finish the quarter strong. As the half continued, the Bears slowly lost their lead and went to halftime down 30-26. UNC couldn't catch up in the second half either and ended up losing 61-58 to the Cougars. Jamie Dario led the Bears with 21 points in her first game back after her surgery last year. 2 other Bears scored in double-dip figures. Rebecca Howell had 12 points, and Savannah Scott had 11. The Bears look to start the regular season outright on Friday as they take on University of Denver.
Thanks, Ashley. Coming up after the break, student gives us their opinion about when to start decorating for the holidays. See when you should start lighting up those trees.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry.
Just...
I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Here's your check.
Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Hey,
But getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
It's November, so the holiday spirit starts to light up. Reporter Michaela Lander asked UNC students, when is the right time to start displaying holiday cheer?
This week's question of the week: when is it too early to start putting up holiday decorations? When is too soon for Christmas or holiday decorations?
There's no such thing as too soon. Like, the minute Halloween's over, you're ready to roll.
Any more than 2 weeks before the day.
I think any time before Halloween is too soon, but any time after that is perfect.
You should put up lights whenever you want to put them up.
You gotta wait until December, you know, you gotta eat some turkey for Thanksgiving. That's my personal opinion.
Never is too soon.
Thanksgiving. I would say Halloween.
Any time before Halloween is too soon.
Basically, whenever they want, they can put it up.
Before Thanksgiving.
Any time in October is way too soon. You should be thinking about scary stuff, not nice stuff like Christmas.
When Halloween hasn't even, started.
I think now it's quite soon to put the Christmas decoration. Maybe December would be more appropriate.
Right now. Gotta wait until after Thanksgiving.
Exactly what she said. After Thanksgiving.
Before Thanksgiving.
We should take our time, celebrate one holiday at a time. I don't want to think about decorations yet.
Maybe Christmas should just happen all the time.
Reporting from outside the University Center, I'm Michaela Lander, Bear News.
Looks like I should hold off decorating until after Thanksgiving, but I like that last student's excitement. Thanks, Michaela.
And that's our show for tonight. Thanks for joining us this evening. We'll be back next week.
Until then, stay up to date on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, Bear News 98. Be sure to like us.
Have a great week.